Hi, this is Dr. Jordan from Pinnacle Chiropractic, and today's video is all about sleep. Tomorrow, if you see another video, it's going to be about natural remedies for sleeping, but today is just going to be about a common reason why a lot of us are not getting the quality sleep that we need, including our kids and our babies. And so it's estimated that about 50% of people are actually not getting the adequate sleep that they need, and that includes children. So if we are looking at our kids and we're wondering why they seem so stressed out, why they seem so tired, lethargic, unable to focus, it could be because of their quality of sleep, amount of sleep, etc. So today's video is just about why some people are not as great of sleepers as others, and then tomorrow you can check out how to fix that. So we see a lot of kids in our office that parents call desperate because baby's not sleeping, child's not sleeping, they wake up exhausted, they can't focus, they have mouth breathing, and the parents know that that's actually disordered sleeping. And so we see quite a few kids here who come to us for sleep issues. And we have many success stories of parents messaging, texting, thank gosh for you guys, so-and-so slept through the night for the first time last night. Our child slept in their own bedroom for the first time in 8 years. We never thought that would happen. And so we hear these stories again and again. And so one of the common trends that we see, or the reasons why kids are unable to sleep or get that restful sleep that they need, is because their body is stuck in that fight or flight response. And so to explain it really simply, if there were two worlds that we live in, we have our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. It's how our body responds to stress. And we have our parasympathetic system, which is our resting, digesting, healing, and growing nervous system. Your body can't do both at once. So when your body has stress going on, then your body is going to basically deliver all of its focus to that sympathetic side, to the fight or flight, to saving your life. So the common picture of this is there's a bear and you're running from the bear, or are you fighting the bear? That is the common thought of stress in our lives. And so the issue is that our stress looks a little bit different day to day. It might be traffic on the freeway. It might be a conversation with your in-laws. It might be an email from your boss. But these things aren't life or death, but our body is still perceiving them that way. And the longer that we're living in that sympathetic, that fight or flight system, the more that our body expects that to happen, and the more that that gas pedal, that go, we're gonna run, gets stuck on. And so you might think, well, my kids don't pay taxes, my kids don't have bills, they aren't the ones dealing with the PTA at school and whatever else. Kids still have stress. And so one of the biggest things that kids become stressed about is actually their birth interventions, their birth process. And so it's really common that the vagus nerve, which turns on our parasympathetic calming side, our brake pedal, that is something that's involved with birth. And it's really, really common to have a subluxation in that area, to have that bone that houses that nerve to be misaligned from birth. And so even with a very natural birth, it's very traumatic. And so we see all these children coming in, and every intake form talks about some type of birth intervention, some symptoms occurring right from the start, from birth, with whether it's trouble breastfeeding or it's colic or it's tension and tightness, and baby's already holding their head up at a couple days old, which is not a sign of health. There's all these things that we see and know that there was something during that birth process, could even be during pregnancy, that resulted in stress to begin at that young age. And so having the body stuck in that stress response is only going to keep their body going and considering itself fighting for its life all day. And so when it's time for bed, time to wind down, time to relax, they cannot. So no matter how much melatonin or lavender oil or magnesium you give your children, if they're still stuck in that stressed state, their body literally will not sleep because it thinks that it needs to be watching for a predator or, for the next stressful event to occur. Over time, the more stress we have in our lives, our body starts to adapt and evolve, thinking that that's a permanent issue, instead of recovering from the stress and being able to appropriately address a stressful situation and then recovering and then being able to heal and digest and sleep. our body just can't do both. And so the more we have stress in our life, the more that gas pedal stays on and stays on and stays on. Really simple things start to stress us out. So you might notice that your children are getting stressed out over something that's so simple and it's not a big deal. And their reaction to it is quite large and they think it's life or death, but it's really something that's a no-brainer fix, an easy solution. As adults, we do the same thing, things that shouldn't cause us severe stress, stomach pains, anxiety, start to cause those for us because our body is just, expending more cortisol, creating more of a stress response. And so then we have trouble falling asleep. When we fall asleep, we wake up at that 3 a.m. time, just, staring at the ceiling because our adrenals are just firing. We already have more cortisol coming out for the morning to wake us up. So we need to get all of our bodies out of that sympathetic, that fight or flight, the gas pedal, the go, the stress, and get our bodies back to a healthier ability to be able to do the things like resting and digesting and healing and growing. And so the biggest thing for that is to work on that vagus nerve, reduce those subluxations in the body. Finding a neurologically based chiropractor is the first step to do that. And so if you have any questions about that, how to find one, what does that even mean, please message us, contact us. We are so happy to help. Just find anybody, a chiropractor who can help them, their families, their children. Sleeping is one of those things that when you're not getting enough of it as a parent, you feel like you're going crazy. So there is help and hope out there. It just is important to understand why your children might not be sleeping and that it's something bigger than just the fact that melatonin's not working anymore. So look out for tomorrow's video. It's going to be about some natural remedies and hopefully that helps you too.